Hi Virgo, this is Just with your August 2016 reading. I hope that you guys are having an enjoyable month so far. I just wanted to say something before I get started. This is a time that we're in August, is a time that there's a lot of endings and new beginnings. It's a lot of situations where you are moving, and I mean you meaning us as a collective, is moving in a stasis of wrapping things up, needing to come to terms with a situation, needing to let go of circumstances, moving forward so that you can let go, getting to a place that you can let go, and facing things and seeing things for what they are so that you can move forward and let things go so that new situations can start to form. And when I say letting go, it doesn't always suggest that you physically, something has to completely end and go away. Something can literally transform into something else, okay? But what it once was is going to be ending, and a whole new thing is going to be beginning for some of us, okay? So with that being said, the way that I'm going to do the readings, it's going to be more advisory rather than just going through the motions like I typically would, because that's what the energy is giving me right now, okay guys? So I just wanted to say that. I see a lot of Virgos as it relates to the career and work sphere. A lot of you have been going kind of through it in your work sphere. I feel like there's been a lot of, responsibility, and there's been a lot of work. You guys have had to do a lot of work. I feel like some of you have been chasing jobs that hasn't hasn't come to fruition. Okay, some of you have been chasing opportunities that either there's a delay or it just really hasn't come about altogether. Okay, or the amount of money that you would be getting paid would either put you on a hold or it's less than what you expected. Okay. And I feel like others of you that's actually working on the job, you're having some type of conflict with perhaps a manager, a supervisor, and it's like it doesn't matter how much you try to keep your head down and just get your work done. I feel like this person is just a nuisance. Like this person has just been, someone that is just a nuisance. A person that's a nuisance. Like it's almost as like they get, they try to think up other ways in which they can kind of like make things harder for you. Okay. I feel like they're not pulling their weight. So now you have to take up their slack, even if they're not a manager and perhaps you're the manager, you're a supervisor, and you really want to make sure that things, like there's a protocol that you have to follow. You have to make sure that maybe quarterly or monthly or annually when you get audited, that things are really tip top. And you may have someone that initially the person possibly was someone that really was a stellar person, and now this person is like lazy. They don't want to do their part. So you may find yourself having to pick this person's slack up. Okay. And this person, you don't have to necessarily be a manager, but it could be, if you are, that could be one aspect of it, because that your rating has a lot to do with, if you guys get like an increase, if you get a bonus, that sort of thing. But I feel like if you're working on a team or with another person or someone else is in your has an effect on your working results. Okay. I feel like this person is just not pulling their weight, and you guys are really trying your best and keeping your head down and just trying to get the work done, while at the same time, trying to get out of this job and trying to move on and find another opportunity. Okay. And you've kind of been hitting a brick wall, I feel, for some of you guys. And then you find yourself kind of like going within, trying to go back to the drawing board and find out, okay, how can this work for me? And, it kind of sucks because you guys have Jupiter in your sign right now. And so typically it is usually such a blessing when Jupiter is transiting you for that year. It's usually one of the best years you have in a 12-year span. And a lot of great things come to you in abundance. But the problem is, since you guys have Saturn squaring you from Sagittarius, whatever it is that you guys do get, and when you do get the blessing, it's because you have had to reconcile something. So you've had to work on something. You know, you had to work on something, fix something in order to get it. Okay. So opportunities, the way that you would normally go through your plan and your processes to get things, I feel like you have to kind of work out the kinks in another area. Okay. And then be able to get things flowing properly. Okay. So it's not like, okay, I just write my list down and I just follow my list and my plan and I just go step by step like I normally do. And then at this point in time, it usually, you know, I should be where I need to be. It's like, no, there's some snags along the way and I didn't expect this situation to come up. And every time I'm trying to move in this direction, there's an issue. So there's issues that you have to, I feel like, clear the debris and clear the problems and those issues. And then, you know, then it's like, okay, systems are clear. You know, the path is clear. Now you can walk. But then, you know, as you continue to walk, there's some more, you know, issues and debris that you have to work on. So it's that type of thing. And Virgos are not, you guys are not you're not alien to working hard. In fact, you really, you know, you respect things that you have to work for. But I know even some of my Virgos are saying, even this is ridiculous. Like, this is just too much. This is too much. I do sense that for some of you Virgos. So I can definitely feel your pain there. I do see that you guys definitely have what it takes to get what you want. But it's almost, some of you are just like ready to give up. You know, you're like, you know what, if one more thing doesn't come my way, I'm just going to say, you know what, forget it, because I don't know what else to do. You know, I really don't know what else to do. I feel like others of you are submitting to the energy around you and knowing that, you know what, I have to come up with something else. I have to just move with the tide. You know, I can't be the one I can't think in a very rigid mentality right now. I have to kind of like open myself up to what's going on and try to move with it as much as I can, which is easy because you guys are an adaptable sign. So, you know, I feel like I feel the key is not getting so focused on that one thing, because then that slows down the process. And if you can just allow yourself to kind of like move about freely and openly, okay, and not get caught up and stuck on things, then, you know, your plans will start to work a lot faster and it'll flow easier for you. I do see that there could have been a job loss for some of you guys. I feel like there could have been some issues. There's definitely issues at the workplace, which I feel like for some of you guys is spilling over to your family life. Okay. And then there's some job losses. So now it's like you have to start all over again. And I feel like for some of you guys, you're questioning, it's just, I'm just getting this energy of just like questioning everything, of like, you know, some of you are confused about what steps to go and how can you, you know, go about getting this done, because the tried and true doesn't work anymore. Okay. And others of you are feeling like, I'm going to stick with my belief. Like, even though I've had some issues and I've had some challenges and oppositions facing me, I'm going to still stay true to who I am and what I do. And that actually will work for you. Okay. Others of you keeping that mindset is eventually going to only frustrate you even more, I feel. The energy around you in the month of August, I see this is going to be a very kind of contemplative month. I know I told Scorpio that they're going to have a contemplative month, but you guys are going to have a contemplative month as well. But you're going to be really trying to get down to the bottom of how to mitigate these issues in your life. Okay. How to get past this blockage as far as finding work, how to, you know, deal with this person at your job that is just lazy as crap and don't want to pull their weight. Okay. Or how do you get to a place where the bickering, the fighting, the disputes that you have in the workplace around others that's very petty. How do you get past that? How do you get to a place that is more peaceful? Okay. Where can you go to gain more money? So that is where you're going to be more contemplative. I feel like air signs are going to be very, very helpful for you. I would be mindful of fire signs in the month of August. It feels like they are just going to be very wishy-washy type of people. Like some of them are not going to be interested in like at the workplace. I'm still focusing at the workplace. So they're not necessarily going to be pulling their weight. Okay. Some of them. And it's really going to be putting a burden on you. Okay. Some of you may be hearing from people, and this is not necessarily because they're a fire sign, but it's just the energies that you're picking up. Some of you may be feeling as though someone is telling you about their struggles. So at work, you may be hearing that some people are off, like they're not their usual self because they're having a lot of struggles. They have been keeping it to themselves and they've been hiding it for quite some time. But it's not until they kind of like unleash that, burden off of their chest is when they start to kind of get themselves back, like you can see the old them again. Okay. I feel like there's going to be a lot of bickering at the workplace. I don't know if for some of you guys, there's been like downsizing. Okay. I feel like there's been some type of downsizing in the company that you work for. And I feel like some people are very emotional and very reactive to this news that's been going on. Okay. Some of you are going to be part of it. Okay. And I feel like others of you are gonna be saved in the fray. Like you're not gonna be part of it. Okay. And I feel like it's because you guys kind of saw it coming before. So I know I went back to that. I'm going back to that reading that I had where it's like you guys knew something that other people didn't know. And someone really looked out for you, and because of it, you guys are actually sitting pretty. Okay, so you guys are actually sitting pretty, and this is some of you, while everyone else is kind of like going crazy and they're very emotional, and there's kind of like some kind of chaos going on. People are like, hasty moving about and voicing their feelings kind of very passionately, and some people just straight emotional about this unfortunate news. Now, I feel like when the dust settles, if this is the case for some of you guys, it's going to put you guys in a better position. Some of you are going to be getting a better opportunity. Okay. It may not be it may be a lateral move. So it may not be something that financially it increases you. It may be a lateral move, but it's something that you've been eyeing and wanting to do. Okay. I do see that in the month with inner reflection and really, confiding in those that you truly know is knowledgeable, have insight, is forthright. I feel like that is going to help you manifest the things that you want, because I feel like this is very much a month where you are definitely in your element this month. Okay. And I know that Virgos go within themselves a lot, and they take their time and in a very thorough and strategic way process their next moves. Okay. Nothing is done happenstance. And I feel like that's what's going on in the month of August. Okay. And for some of you, by the end, it's going to give you a sense of happiness because you're going to start to see the tides turning. For others of you, you cannot rely on continuing to go down the same road that you've gone. You have to change something up. You have to change your beliefs. You have to change your strategy. You have to make some changes. Okay. You have to stop focusing on that one thing, and then the energies will start to change for you. To me, it's like a lot of people that are stuck is because they're creating this stagnation energy all on their own. Okay. Because they need to change, they need to start doing something different. And because they're not, that is creating a level of stagnation. And I do see that for Virgos. So although some of you at the end of the month is going to have a lot of happiness, others of you actually will be driving yourself crazy and is going to be quite unhappy if you are one of the people that really needs to make some significant changes, but you're unwilling because you feel in your heart that your way is the right way. Okay. And this is something that you're going to be saying to yourself. It's going to be a lot of self-reflection. Okay. So some of you, I feel, yeah, so that's what I touched on. So that's what I'll say. When you're going to look for work, okay, for some of my Virgos, I feel like you want to take on your own energy, because I do see that a lot of you guys that are like moving about and you know, your actions is kind of premature. Okay. And it's coming from a fear base, like you're coming from a place that's fearful. Okay. Because some of you are in this space of like, you haven't seen results, and because of it, your mind is not as positive. You know, usually Virgos are very clear about their future and where they're going and how they're going to get there to the very last, you know, hour and second of it. And because they are so comfortable and they believe so much in, you know, the time and energy that they've put into creating this plan for themselves, they're sending out energy that communicates that this is going to work, you know, because I believe in it and I'm just going step by step by step. But because the square has been challenging you guys as far as your normal ways of doing things, you're starting to question, okay, the validity and even the outcome. And so because of that, that's changing the energy and it's changing the outcome. Okay. So I would say be very careful the month of August. Go within. Definitely take some time for yourself. If anything is not feeling right, go back to the drawing board. Reflect a little bit more. Don't be afraid to, you know, seek counsel from others. But again, it has got to be people that you know is very wise about a particular situation. You know, just because a person is good at giving advice doesn't mean that they are, you know, aware of giving you all advice. So, you know, if you have a particular question for someone, and it's because it has something to do with, let's just say, mathematics, right? You wouldn't go to someone where, you know, they are not versed in math. Okay. You would go to someone that really knows their stuff, you know, which is what Virgo would do anyway. But I just want, because I do sense a lot of fear-based, like kind of like, I don't want to say fear. I don't see fear, question. Like you guys, it's a little bit of doubt. It's a little bit of, like you're questioning, it's a little doubt, you know, so the energy is a little funny with some of you guys as far as like your actions and the results based upon your actions. Okay. Now I'm going to go on to your love life. And this month in August, I haven't completed all of the videos, but this month in August, and I'm just speaking on the ones that I've completed and now you're reading, is definitely focused to those people out there that are going through something, because I feel like the messages are necessary to help you guys get to the next stage, because energy is really moving now. And if not, if you guys don't start to kind of adhere to it, then you're going to be left behind, you know. You may find yourself having to repeat stuff. So that's why my messages are more therapeutic, I guess. At least it's making me feel that way. It's because it's more advisory, it's not forecasting as much as it is advisory for you guys. So if it doesn't resonate for you, then definitely check your other signs. And if none of it is resonating with you, then perhaps you've done your work and, you know, you're moving in an energy that for the month of August, as far as my readings are concerned, is not the message for you. Okay. But I'm getting a lot of responses that these messages are really hitting a lot of people. So with that being said, I'm going to focus on your love life. Now I see that excuse me, some of you have been dealing with this water sign. So Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio man. Okay. That's for my Virgo ladies. For my men, you've been a little emotional okay, over a situation. I feel, okay, in your past. It's been like you've been feeling quite emotional, okay. I feel like some of you could have given, now I'm speaking to the men. Some of you could have made an offer to someone that you care very deeply for, that in your heart you really can see everything. Like you can see marriage, you can see all these things with this person. But I feel like the person, there was like, okay, so for some of you, you made the offer, but it was turned down. Okay, someone could have made an offer to you and you turned the offer down. But I feel like for others of you, you're thinking about how that person turned you down. It's like, okay, I put myself out there, and this person just turned me down. Others of you that particularly were dealing with a water sign, perhaps you turned them down. Okay. But it could go either way. Okay. But I feel like deep down, this is someone, for some of you, this was someone that you wanted to marry. Okay. For others of you, I feel like there is, like you're focusing on someone else. You're having success with someone else. Okay. In another relationship with someone that you feel like this is something that's going to go the distance. Okay. This is someone that I really want to, be with for the rest of my life, perhaps marry, or be at least be in a very committed relationship with. But I feel like you've delayed. Okay, but here's the thing: some of you're delaying making it official with this person, but deep down you really want this. Like this is who you want. You've made a decision. You want this person. You want to be with this person for real. Okay. I feel like you was standing your ground, so you was like fighting off these feelings for quite some time for some of you, okay? And I know I might be sounding like I'm all over the place, so I'm trying to condense it down so that it's clear, okay? So some of you that have not made the official offer or have accepted an official offer made to you, okay? With someone that you truly want to be with this person. You can see marriage, a very committed relationship with this person. I feel like there was a time where you were being, like you were holding back, okay, from giving into the situation, okay. And perhaps there was some issues, like there was, again, I feel like this is one thing that you couldn't let go about this situation with this person. And now it's as if they've worked on it, or that's no longer important. Okay. Because you see so many other things that are much better in the person. Okay. And it could have been that the person left for a time. Okay, the person was gone for a while. The person came back. And now it's like, in one way, the person coming back, it's like they now have more control over the situation. Okay, and more control over you. Like, they're saying the right things. They're doing just the right things. You can see all of the great things that they do have. Okay. And so that one thing doesn't matter anymore. And for others of you, I feel like with this person coming back, some of you have gotten control over the situation, okay? And you have plans, like you already have in your mind, you have plans and you're working your plan with them, but you're not telling them, and you are pacing yourself before you get to a point of wanting to seal a deal, if you will, okay? I feel like some of you who have been dealing with fire signs, and what I was just saying, that could be anyone under any sign, okay? Some of you, I feel like, that has been dealing with fire signs. I feel like the fire sign, like there's issues with this fire sign that you guys have been dealing with. It's a lot of issues. I feel like there's a lot of different elements to the situation with these fire signs. The person came back, but then it's like you guys can't get together, okay? Or the person came back and like I'm trying to get the exact words of what I want to say here. The person came back, and for some of you it was like, yeah, no, thank you. Okay, you're not interested. Okay, some of you could have did that and they said no, they're not interested. Okay, so the person could have come back to you and you guys were getting on a level, but then it's like the person doesn't really want to be in a relationship. Okay, and I feel like this person is coming off to you as like the 1 minute, like they don't know what they want. You know, like they're sending you mixed messages. Like, okay, you're coming back, but then it's like you don't really want to be in, you don't want us to start anything, you know, but then it's almost like you communicate like you do, or there's this energy like we're still attracted to each other, you still want me, but then you're communicating a different way. And I feel like that can create some inner turmoil for you, okay? And it can create some bickering, you know, like I feel it's insignificant. The bickering is very insignificant, but I feel like you're going to find yourself ruminating and trying to, once again, get to a point of making a decision of what this all is and where you're going to go with the situation. And this fire sign, I don't feel like is necessarily included in what I was saying earlier about, you know, that person or whatever. It can be, but I'm feeling like this fire sign is something totally different. I feel like this person has a lot of burdens, okay, that they're not sharing with you, that they're not letting you know at all, okay? And I feel like there can be issues. So I see that there's definitely issues with your family life, but there's issues with their family life. Like their stability, they're not very stable, okay? And they may be coming off as someone that is happy and everything, but it's a farce. It's not true. Okay, they have a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure. They're not sharing things, and I feel like they have some issues with stability. Okay, I do see that for some of you there could be a moving forward in a situation. I feel like for some of you, you can get clarity with this fire sign. You may get clarity and come to terms with the situation with them, and then decide to end, you know, just leave that alone and choose another path. For those of you there's two people that you're considering. So it could be a water sign and a fire sign, okay, or an earth sign. So it could be any of the elements, because I see them all here, okay. I feel like some of my men is really going to start to get clear, especially for those of you that has gone through a situation where you've extended yourself to someone and then you were turned down. Okay, I feel like if some of you are going to be traveling, you're going to come back with a better perspective about a situation. All right. Also, and so you're going to take on more of an air sign like quality, I feel, at some point toward the end, going into August, that you're going to get this breakthrough and understanding after some self-reflecting, and you're no longer going to be seeing it from an emotional standpoint. You're going to be very clear on the situation, okay? And you're going to be able, if you need to walk away, then you'll be walking away, but you're going to get clear. And you're going to be okay with where you're at with this situation, okay? For my Virgo women, I feel like through all of this back and forth with this fire sign, and for those of you that's dealing with this fire sign, I feel like you kind of got rid of a water sign. There may be an air sign that comes in your midst, and I feel like the person is there, okay? And he's kind of like patiently waiting. He's not stressing you. He's not wanting something, like he's not rushing you to do anything. He's patiently waiting. But I feel like this person is going to start to kind of gain traction going into September. Okay. He's maybe going to start being your focus after you kind of like clear out all of this debris, because you have a lot of stuff definitely with fire signs, some back and forth and rigmarole with them. And I feel like water signs also. For the water signs, I feel like some people might have, you could have let go of a water sign. They kind of confessed themselves to you, telling you that they want to marry you. Let's move away. Let's get away. Trying to come up with this master plan of how this whole thing can work. And I feel like you still was saying, no, I'm okay. I'm good on my own. No, thank you. Whether you're single, I would hope that you're single, but you're saying, no, I would rather be single. No, thank you. And I feel like this person by the end of August is going to really have an emotional breakdown. Some of my Virgo men, it could be you that have this emotional breakdown as well. Okay. Particularly for those of you that have come into August, or definitely in July, was very emotional about a situation, was very emotional, about something. Okay. I feel like some of you have been telling someone how you feel and they don't believe you. Okay. And now you're thinking about like, wow, this person just really doesn't believe. This person really doesn't believe anything I'm saying. And I feel like you've been taking a lot of time, possibly in July, trying to drill this in this person's head. Like, no, I really want this. I really, want you. I really want the situation. And I think you're going to get in a real quick understanding of like, you know what? I'm going about this thing a whole different way. I was going about this the wrong way. I'm gonna try a different tactic after some time to yourself. And I feel like you're gonna use the slow approach of like, I'm just gonna take it day by day and let it, whatever come what may. And I feel like out of that, for those of you that this relates to, there's gonna be happiness by the end of August. So for some of you, you're gonna, there's gonna be happiness by the end of August, and for others of you, you're gonna be very emotional, and some of you are gonna really kind of like spill your guts to someone, or someone will be doing that to you. Okay, but it's coming from a place where they're emotionally out of control, type of thing. Okay, if that makes any sense. So that's what I have for you guys for the month of August. I was trying to, again, give you guys as much information as possible, because, again, I'm just really seeing in all these cards that it's a very spiritual month for everyone. So it's very much therapeutic. So see it that way. And you may have to come back and listen to this video throughout the month, because it's not cookie cutter and just point blank. Hell, you may have to listen to this again, because I just feel like I said so much, and I was hitting so many different people. So you may have to listen to it again to really try to like sift through where you fit in this. But definitely let me know if this relates to you. You can comment below. If you like this video, thumbs up. And if this is your first time here, welcome, and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, guys.